All right, settle in. Imagine this as something you're listening to late at night, maybe with headphones on, when the world is quiet and your mind is unusually alert. Let me start with a scene you've probably watched 100 times, even if you're not a die-hard football fan. A penalty kick. The stadium is loud, but somehow, inside that moment, everything feels silent. The striker places the ball on the spot. The goalkeeper stands on the line, knees bent, arms loose, trying to look bigger than he is. Everyone knows what's coming. The ref blows the whistle. Here's the strange part. From the moment the striker's foot hits the ball to the moment it reaches the goal, less than 3/10 of a second pass, less than the blink of an eye. There is no time to react. There is no time to analyze trajectory or spin. The goalkeeper must decide before the ball is even kicked. Now, statistics tell us something uncomfortable. Roughly 1/3 of penalty shots go straight down the middle, 1/3 go left, 1/3 go right. So if you were a cold, logical machine, you might think, standing still gives me a 1 in 3 chance. That's not terrible. But watch real matches. Watch World Cups. Watch Champions League finals. What do goalkeepers do? They dive. Almost always, left or right. Rarely, almost never, do they stay rooted in the center. And when the ball sails right past them, sometimes straight down the middle, it looks ridiculous. But here's the twist. Diving the wrong way looks heroic. Standing still looks incompetent. This is where the story really begins. An Israeli researcher named Michael Bar Eli studied hundreds of penalty shootouts. Hundreds. And what he found was not about reflexes or athleticism. It was about psychology. Goalkeepers don't dive because it's the best strategy. They dive because doing nothing feels unbearable. It feels weak. It feels passive. It feels like surrender. And that discomfort has a name: action bias. Action bias is the deep, almost painful urge to do something, anything, rather than wait. Even when waiting gives you better odds. Even when action makes things worse. Even when action solves nothing at all. Let me take you out of the stadium and into a very different scene. It's late at night. A group of young people spill out of a nightclub. Voices are raised. Someone gestures aggressively. There's tension in the air, the kind that could explode or dissolve depending on what happens next. Police officers are nearby. Now here's what experience teaches. Senior officers often hang back. They watch. They read body language. They let the adrenaline burn off. They intervene only if things truly escalate. Young, inexperienced officers tend to do the opposite. They rush in. They separate people aggressively. They shout commands. They assert control immediately. And what happens? Studies show that early aggressive intervention often leads to more injuries, more arrests, more chaos. Waiting, when done with awareness, actually reduces harm. But again, waiting feels wrong. Standing there feels like negligence, like weakness, like you're not doing your job. So action bias takes over. Now let's bring this closer to home. Think about your own life. Think about a moment of uncertainty, a career decision, a relationship problem, a financial dilemma, a period where nothing is clearly right, but everything feels urgent. What's the first impulse? To act, to send the message, to make the trade, to quit, to confront, to decide, to move. Because doing nothing feels like torture. This is especially visible in investing. Beginner investors are almost comical in this regard, not because they're stupid, but because they're human. They open their trading app. They stare at charts. They refresh prices every 5 minutes. They buy, they sell, they rebalance, they tweak. They react to every headline. Why? Because silence feels like failure. Inactivity feels like ignorance, and uncertainty feels intolerable. Meanwhile, seasoned investors do something that looks almost offensive to beginners. They wait. They sit. They do nothing. Charlie Munger once put it perfectly. He said, "We've got discipline in avoiding just doing any damn thing just because you can't stand inactivity." That sentence hides a lifetime of wisdom. Most people don't lose money because they don't know enough. They lose money because they can't sit still. The same pattern shows up in medicine. Imagine you're a doctor. A patient comes in with vague symptoms. The tests are inconclusive. The diagnosis is uncertain. You have two options. Option 1, wait, observe, gather more data. Let the picture become clearer. Option 2, prescribe something, do something, intervene. Even when the best medical decision is to wait, doctors often feel pressured to act. Not because of greed, not because of incompetence, but because doing nothing feels irresponsible. Patients expect action. Families expect action. Doctors expect themselves to act. And so pills are prescribed, procedures are performed, interventions are made. Sometimes they help, sometimes they don't. But psychologically, action provides relief, even when it provides no benefit. Now let's rewind time. Way back, long before offices, hospitals, trading screens, and stadiums. Picture our ancestors on the edge of a forest. They see movement in the shadows. A silhouette. Something large. Is it the wind? Is it nothing? Is it a saber-toothed tiger? If they stop to analyze, they die. If they run and it's nothing, they survive. Evolution rewarded speed, not accuracy. Those who hesitated didn't pass on their genes. So here we are, descendants of creatures who survived by acting first and thinking later. Our brains are wired to treat uncertainty as danger. Stillness feels unsafe. Waiting feels like death. But the world has changed. Most modern problems do not require immediate action. In fact, most modern problems punish it. Markets reward patience, relationships reward restraint. Leadership rewards timing. Wisdom rewards silence. But socially, we still glorify action. A CEO who decides quickly is praised. A politician who acts decisively is admired. A manager who takes charge gets promoted. No one applauds the person who waited and prevented a disaster that never happened. There are no medals for restraint, no statues for patience, no headlines that say, "Crisis averted because someone did nothing." So what happens? People act to look competent. They move to look strong. They decide to feel useful, even if the decision is wrong, even if waiting would have been better, even if action creates the very problem they were trying to avoid. And here's the cruel irony. After acting, people often feel better, even if the outcome is worse. Action gives psychological relief. It reduces anxiety. It creates the illusion of control. Waiting forces you to sit with uncertainty. And that's uncomfortable. Blaise Pascal once wrote something devastatingly accurate. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Think about that. Not from evil, not from ignorance, not from lack of intelligence, but from the inability to sit quietly, to wait, to observe, to endure uncertainty without panicking. So what do you do with this? The lesson is not never act. The lesson is knowing when not to. When a situation is unclear, unstable, or emotionally charged, your urge to act is not wisdom. It's instinct. And instincts are ancient. Before you send the message, pause. Before you make the decision, wait. Before you jump in, watch. Ask yourself one simple question. Am I acting because it's necessary, or because doing nothing feels unbearable? Because sometimes the most powerful move is the one no one sees, standing still while others dive, waiting while others panic, holding your position while the world demands motion. You won't get applause for it. You won't get praise. You won't get recognition. But more often than not, you'll get something better. You'll get it right. And in a world addicted to movement, the person who can wait, quietly, deliberately, without fear, holds a rare and underestimated advantage. So the next time waiting feels like torture, remember this. That discomfort is not a signal to act. It's a signal that you're standing at the edge of wisdom. And wisdom almost always begins with stillness.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the original books and resources we used today. We'll see you in the next one.